Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ray. I'm in the house. I'm all wrapped up because it's cold. Yeah, it's cold. I have to close the windows, and I never close them. They're open all year round. But today is cold. Excuse me. I have a little chichi here. We have to talk a few things. Let's talk about. Hey, here you go. Let's talk about spirit. How do you travel cheaper? Or let's put it this way: the mentality of flying spirit. I fly spirit a lot. We use it quite a bit at home. My wife and I, we have a little system going with it. It comes out cheaper and it's better. Yeah, a lot of people complain about Spirit. They charge you for this, they charge you for everything. Look, it's the only airline, and I'm not getting paid by Spirit. This is not a promotion by Spirit. I'm just telling you how I do it and how I get it to work. It's the only airline that gives you the options to pay only for what you want. Everybody else gives you a flat free, and it's X amount of money. And for example, $400 or $500 for a trip, and they include the luggage and perhaps some peanuts and some dumb stuff like that. I don't want to talk, but peanuts, $400 $500, and a little and one bag of luggage. If you pass 40 pounds, they're gonna charge you extra, right? Okay. So this is the only one you pay for what you want. Example, luggage. You only pay for luggage if you carry it. Other airlines, they already give you, it's already included, except after 40 pounds, you pay more, a lot more. And what I do is I carry one of those airline carry-on bags that you buy at Walmart or Amazon, and you use it as a backpack, and it has the right size, and you put your stuff in there. Of course, yeah, a little fuzzy here. Anywhere you go in the world except Germany, there's a Walmart. So why carry 20 pairs of underwears and socks if there's a Walmart? You can buy over there cheaper. You buy them real cheap, and you can throw them away if you want or bring it back, whatever you want. So carry your items. There's items you don't need to carry. You don't need to carry. If you're gonna visit family, you don't need to carry a toothpaste, maybe even a soap. But if you're gonna visit a hotel, you don't need the soap because they're all included. So you see my point? Find something cheap on the other side. Carry only what you need. It'll fit in your bag. Your bag. You shouldn't be carrying 10 pairs of shoes. I carry the shoes I'm wearing. I try to travel comfortable, and some long pants for the trip. Mainly a sweatpants or something, because changing weather from New Jersey to Puerto Rico or something like that, the weather really changes. And in the bag, I have some shorts. If I'm gonna visit family back home, normally I stay in the same place. I already have a little tote, plastic tote with some clothes in there. And if not, I buy a Walmart. There we go again. I take my backpack, like I said, and onto the backpack, I attach on the top. I don't have it here. I attach. This is a video without visual aid. This is what you see right there. I attach my headrest thing, the pillow, to the back over here, to the backpack. But I also attach a lumbar support pillow for my back, my sciatica. So I attach that. I tie it all up like a camper to the backpack. Last time I had those two pillows, and on the side I had a little cooler. I clipped a little flat, like sandwich type cooler, attached with a clip to it also, like the campers do. And the other side I had an empty bottle of water, empty, with a filter. I carry those because then you fill it up in the airport. After you pass TSA, you fill it up with water, and then you have water the rest of the trip. You have to take that clip because they don't give you space to put anything. And if you put it on your feet, it's gonna fall, it's gonna roll over. So I put it on the clip and click it to the seat, and I can put a few things right there and click it, boom, it won't fall, it won't run around, it'll be right there at my reach. You don't have much space, so you want everything at your reach. It's, yeah. The food, I take food on board. I don't want to overprice. They give you some free peanuts and a soda, perhaps, and a chip, if you fly an other airline. But of course, let's say again, you're paying $400 for that peanuts. I carry my own peanuts. I get them for 50 cents. So I carry my snacks. I include peanuts. Sometimes I bring. I get carried away. I bring breakfast burritos. I make breakfast burritos. That's TSA possible. There's something you just grab. I make it at home. Oatmeal, I won't do that one again because I bought 8 ounce oatmeal and there's a limit for TSA. They did pass it through, but they have to put that little wipe it through the side and see if it has any chemicals. And in a day with a long line, that's gonna bring you a lot of headaches. So no oatmeal, okay? I get carried away. I bring ham and cheese rolls, cookies, snacks, pretzels, every freaking thing you can buy in the Dollar Tree or whatever that you want. You take it. You take it for a long trip. Since these snacks come in packed, you don't have to get rid of them. You can take them with you if you need them. On the other side, you put them away and put in a drawer and bring it back on the way on the flight back. Or you'll keep snacking as you need it, right? Always carry some kind of a mint for your flavor and your odor. Huh? Freshen up, freshen up. I like to carry those lozenges. Sugar free. And always have a little one just in case you need something. You eat something, you get some bad flavor, you pop it in. It's a courtesy thing. They charge you. Spirit charges you, and I think they all do charge you for changing your seats. If you have a seat and then you want a different, they'll charge you if they have it. They charge you if you want to be close. If you put ticket with you and your wife together, they're gonna charge you for that. You're gonna pay for that. Half of the time we fly separate. We fly in the same airplane but separate seats. Our marriage, our relationship, our love is secure enough to be separate for 2 hours. And I'm sure she don't want to say that, but I'm sure from time to time she appreciates being separate from me for 2 hours. Sometimes she would love that flight to be longer, but hey, that's what it is. Okay, at the gate, when you go get the paper ticket at the gate, without the app, if you don't check in downstairs or something's wrong with the system, you go up to the gate and you need a paper ticket for your seating, they will charge you. Oh yeah. What I do is I have their app. 24 hours before the trip, you register and check in. It's going to give you a boarding pass right there. Take a picture right there and leave it in your cell phone. With that picture, you don't have to check in. You go straight to TSA. You show them that picture. They pass it through. When you go to the airline, to the gate, you give them that picture, which has the barcode. There's a boop. Gives you the seat. Go back in. Smooth and comfortable. I saw this lady. She went through. I mentioned in the last video. She went through her and the group. Somehow they got through TSA and everything without the paper ticket. I don't know how. Then she needed a boarding pass. So then they charge you $20 each boarding pass for a seat that she already had. And she had to run around back and forth to get it. $20. Get the app. Keep the picture. You see, Spirit charges you less than the rest. For example, what happens is, okay, my wife. Sorry that I'm looking at the cheat sheet and I can't understand my handwriting. I should have been a doctor. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Come on, people. Don't cost you anything. You're not paying for this. Just like, share, subscribe. Like it because you're interested in what we're saying and you want to learn some of it. I'm teaching you something. I'm sharing my experience with you. It costs me a lot of money to give you this information because information is very expensive. To how do you acquire it is expensive. Share because somebody out there, even if you're not interested, somebody out there is gonna be interested in that. Somebody wants to hear it and somebody say, oh yeah, thank you very much for sharing this because now I know I'm gonna fly Spirit and I can do this. And subscribe so you can get some more so we can keep jamming back and forth. Okay, the clue. My wife looks for the tickets for the dates she's looking for. She looks for the airline, see what the ticket we're going to fly. I always fly from Atlantic City. She looks for the ticket and she finds it online. Months before, it's going to cost you, it's almost like a standard $400 every ticket. Months before for some reason. And that's because it's not in the system yet, so they have a high number. And it's almost every airline. And every trip, every trip of where you're going is $400 or $500. You wait till it goes down. She waits till it goes down somewhere between a month and a half or a month, something like that. It has a drop online. She looks for it. It has a drop. She found this ticket and it went down from Atlantic City To San Juan, it went down to San Juan. It went down to $200. She waited a little bit. I think it went down a few bucks, and then she called me. It went all the way down to 170, 175 without the taxes. Without the taxes, 175 one way. She said, Ray, she called me because she was in Puerto Rico. Said, Ray, pick up the ticket. I said, no problem. The next day I went to the airport. I gave them information because you fill up a little paper where you tell them what you want and you put it through. You make a little joke to the ladies. You got to be funny and cute because people like that. And especially if you share and subscribe. And subscribe. So she looked it up. It's always cheaper. You see it online. Let me go again. 175 without the taxes. Online. Then you go to the airport front desk. That's how they call it. Cashier, or I don't know how you call it. The front desk. And you say, I want to buy the ticket. You give them information. They'll look for the ticket. They'll look for the cheapest one. And boom. From 170 without the tax, I got it down for her to 115, tax included. 115 tax included instead of $400 or $500 that you're paying at some other airlines. I'll bring my own snacks. I'll take the little backpack like I do with all the stuff with just the basic underwears and socks. I'll make it work. It's cheaper. The seats, they're a little small, but I fit in it, and I'm big. I fit in it. Yes, you're always gonna touch elbows with somebody. There's no doubt about that. Even as you go into the airlines, you see the. Hold on, give me a second. If you go into the airlines, you see the expensive seats. I forgot what that is. The first class. I flew on there before. Oh, it was beautiful. I'll tell you that story later. You go to first class, and they're not that big either. They're a little bit more bigger, and they have a little bit more room, and so they feel a little bit more comfortable. Nowadays, it's not like it used to be where, but if you pay thousands of dollars, of course, you can probably, if you pay thousands of dollars for a trip, first class, you can probably sit on the pilot's lap. They'll wing it. Of course, they'll wing it. But if you don't want to sit on his lap, pay less. Find this. If you're a big person like I am, anywhere you go, it doesn't have to be an airline. It could be a car, a taxi, or in the store. You're always rubbing with somebody because you're too big. Hey. I love to eat. So that's why we end up taking more space. We take more space than the average person. So anywhere we sit, we take more space in the seats, okay? So average seats they're not good for us. It's just a fact. Yeah, hey, I love my size. I wish I was less. I love my size. I love the girls our size. I have no problem with that. Do what you do. Be you. But don't expect to fit on that bathing suit of the tiny girl instead of the one that you're supposed to fit. You're beautiful however you are. But don't try to fit yourself in the wrong place. Don't try to fit yourself in the small chair because it's not going to fit. Sit on a beach chair that's not made for you. You're going to break it and be embarrassed. It's just a fact. It's a lot of loving. It's a lot of good, How did I fly? Once I flew from... I've flown a lot. I've flown a lot. Every airline loses your fucking luggage. Hey, forget about that. Every airline does. I was going to Europe, and on the trip to Europe, no, was it Europe? I don't remember. I've flown so many times. I was taking a flight, and I sat on a seat. I was traveling on my own, and then this stewardess comes, hey, that lady would like if perhaps you can change your seat so she can sit her little girl close to her. I was on the window. It was cool. I said, no problem, no problem. A gentleman, no problem. There's no problem with that. She said, thank you, thank you. She put me in a seat right by a window, and I said, okay. And then some other guy needed some other space. And she said, can you do it again? I said, of course. Whatever you say, of course. You got no choice, You want to be a gentleman. I'm alone. I'm flying by myself. That moment, I don't care who I sit by, Well, that has changed, though. I care who I sit by now. And then she said, "Come on, I have something for you." And I followed her. She took me to first class. Its seat was big, and it was not. It was one of those airlines that fly that first class. You pay for it. And she flew. She said, "Sit here." I said, "What?" Yes. And all the amenities were included. I got to choose my menu of food. I got to choose some champagne. And I looked back, all the people back there said, "Sucker!" I could hear the mess of the kids crying, wah, wah, wah. And I was in the front, I was like, but hey, I'm not going to pay for that because that's too expensive. But it was good. Kids cry in every airline. And my last trip, this was this little baby crying. You can't help. It's a little baby crying because the the altitude has affects them in the ears and stuff. It affects them different. So the little baby is gonna cry. However, her sister was like 5 years old. She was sitting in the back seat of mine, and she had a temper tantrum. She was playing with the table, the tray, and her father said, "Stop that! Stop that! Stop that! Stop that!" She would stop, and she go again, "Stop that! Stop that! Stop that! Tiffany, stop that! Stop that!" It was a mess, but hey, kids are kids. So what do I do for this? I always carry. Okay, let me get to it in a second. Okay, like I said, I carry my lunch bag and I clip it on. I clip it onto the chair, like I clip it onto the backpack. You have to make it all as compact as possible because if it looks too big, they're gonna want to measure it. Don't try to go in the beginning of the flight when they call the people in to go to the line, and they start calling. Everybody jumps in to get in. That's when they have all their energy, and they want to check who has luggage. You need this, you this. But at the end, when it's about to go in, they're in a rush because they have a schedule. They go, 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 go. They don't worry about that anymore. At a certain point, they stop worrying about it. But at the beginning, they will check everybody. Okay, I carry my cell phone. Carry a cell phone. Of course, everywhere you go, you take a cell phone. Netflix, download a movie that you can watch on Netflix without Wi-Fi. You download it at home, leave it there, and when you're in the plane, you have your movies to watch without Wi-Fi. That's what I do. You take that for the kids, keep them calm. You take that for whatever, and you put on your earbuds so you don't hear anything going around you. You don't hear all the mess going around you. Carry your e-reader so you can read. You don't want to carry books, but you could, but they take more space. I carry an e-reader, which is a lot of books in one e-reader. I try to go sleepy. I try to get a little tired so I can sleep on the plane. I sleep, I read, I watch the movies. I take a little notebook, take notes of the research. I'm always researching and studying something. I'm a mess. That's why I know my wife does appreciate those 2 hours that we fly separately. If I have to connect flights from time to time, Spirit goes from Atlantic City straight to San Juan and vice versa. But there's part of the year it doesn't. It goes to Orlando, and from Orlando it goes to Puerto Rico and vice versa. So I take that opportunity. I'm an old man, When I fly to, when I fly from San Juan when I flew from Atlantic City to Orlando. I had a 2-hour layover. I got to the airport. I go to the bathroom there. I fix my backpack. I get my snacks. I drink something. I move around, do a little exercise, stretch my back. Make sure you're ready, good to go, and freshen up for the next flight. It's a lot better that way. Then you go back again and do the same thing and fall asleep again. And try to fall asleep, read your books, whatever. It's easier for me if there's an interruption in between. Straight flight, everybody's always in a freaking rush. Not me. I try to take my vacations according to where Spirit flies. It's cheaper. You don't want to go Spirit, fine. That means my seat will always be available for me. And cheaper. I'll save $1. I have to fly anywhere I go. So if I fly cheaper, then I can spend some more money on my vacation, right? I can flash $1 around. I can be cool, But if you're going to spend all your money in the airplane, when you get over there, you're already partially broke. Because I don't think we're rich. There's not a lot of rich people over here. This is America. This is not China where there's a lot more millionaires every day than there used to be. This is America where everybody's a lot more broke. Every day you have less money than you did before. All airlines are always late, expensive. They lose your luggage. They charge you for everything. Oh, except others, like the one you heard, the incident you heard a few years ago, you can get smacked. Remember that Asian guy that got smacked? Oh, that happens a lot too. That happens. Not a lot, but it happens. One way or another, you're always going to have an experience with an airline that's not your best, not your most comfortable, not your fun. But they're all the same. Difference is, Spirit charges you the basic, and you add up to it. The other airlines charge you a higher amount, and if you pass that amount, then you add up to it. But what happens if you don't carry a lot? You still pay for it. If you don't like the peanuts, you're still paying for it. Other airlines have adopted this system from Spirit. Everybody criticizes that from Spirit. Other airlines started to adopt it. Get used to it because every airline is gonna do it, and then everybody's gonna try to go cheaper, so you could then get you to fly. And guess what's gonna happen? All the prices are gonna go up. So take advantage of it. Now, if you don't like it, that's your problem. I'll always have a seat. I'm just sharing with you. This is Spirit. Spirit did not pay me for it, and I will fly. My wife is coming in a few weeks from Puerto Rico, also on Spirit. I already booked everything. And after that, we're planning to go to Tampa with Spirit, and then we're gonna go to Puerto Rico with Spirit, and then we're gonna come back in Spirit, and who knows what? Spirit. Love you. Don't forget, Ray loves you, and enjoy.